Hey guys, Jengar here. Welcome to today's premium review in which we are taking a look at the French Soviet Yak-3 sitting at 4.0 battle rating. We're taking a look at the plane in both realistic and arcade today. This plane has just been added in patch 1.77 to the French 3 and it is very nice, sitting at 4.0, a good jack of all trades that can do everything pretty well. And let's take a look at her. The maximum speed in this plane at sea level is 560 kilometers an hour. At 4500 meters this plane can go up to 509 kilometers an hour. And if you go up to 6500 meters the plane can get up to 450 kilometers an hour. Now the Yak-3 is actually pretty fast for its battle rating and does very well when it comes to that. The top speed in a dive though is another matter. The top speed in a dive before it redlines is 650 kilometers an hour and 750 before it rips apart. That is not very fast and you definitely have to be careful in a dive as it can rip apart sooner than some of the opposition you face, and if you're not careful. But overall in a straight line the plane is pretty fast, especially below 5000 meters. How is the handling in that dive? When you get into a dive the control stiffening already starts at 450-500 kilometers an hour and it's already quite pronounced and becomes severe at 600 kilometers an hour. That is right 50 kilometers before the red line, so it has effective dive speed up until about 600 kilometers an hour, which is quite good in the maneuvering and getting shots on your opponent. As we get attacked by this Hitler bolt here, very difficult to face of course. The Hitler bolts, they are good planes but nothing that you can't handle. After a little bit of going back and forth I got separated from my partner Red Tails here, who gets killed there, and I had to go back to the airfield as I was not only running out of rounds but also running out of teammates. This devolved into a 1 versus 4 and that is what I am looking at now. After my repair and reload I got into the match, side climb a little bit to the right, and I have 4 opponents left at this point. Now if we take a look at the firepower of this plane, that is pretty good. And because the plane has one 20mm Schwach cannon with 120 rounds for its gun, and it has 2 times 12.7mm Berezin UB machine guns with 150 rounds per gun. That is 3 guns centrally mounted, all in the nose. Very nice firepower, good effect. I used ground target belts for both guns and I used an 800 meter convergence. So good firepower with decent ammo load. The acceleration in the plane is very good in a straight line. Really excellent, especially below 5000 meters. And in a dive the acceleration is great. Really nice and quite nice to work with. The stall speed in the plane is 165 kilometers an hour, and as you see here we can definitely use it. We are already stalling out for a little bit there, but here we finally go over the top as we stayed with our nose up the complete time. Immediately we get attacked by a C-202 and we'll have another nice dance on our hand, and the acceleration will serve us well. So like I said, very good in a straight line, great in a dive. The energy retention in the horizontal is excellent, especially below 3000 meters. Magnificent. As you go a little bit higher it becomes a little bit less, but still a very good, excellent, very good to excellent energy retention. Fantastic. In the vertical the energy retention is good and you can do maneuvering in the vertical and see if you can beat your opponent. The climb rate in the plane is very good up until 5000 meters. After that it starts to slacken off pretty quickly. Then we come to the turn time. Of course this plane doesn't excel in anything except for the energy retention, but it's very good and great in some things. And the turn time is decent, with flaps good, but the flaps do rip off, or you have a risk to rip them off from about 350 kilometers an hour. The roll rate is also decent to good, depending on what altitude and what speed you're on. Maneuverability overall I would call good. There is some overheating in this plane, and it does overheat at 100%. Of course, this plane doesn't have WEP, so you don't have to worry about that, but it does eventually overheat at 100%. And on the cooler maps it goes a little bit less slow. It's not an issue. It is easily manageable. Sometimes you just gotta take it down to 95% and you'll be just fine. Now the durability in the plane is also good, I would say. The plane can take a hit or two, as we almost get that guy in that shot. Unfortunately it was just a critical and not a kill yet. But all in all, this plane I would describe it as a jack of all trades that can do many things well, but nothing superbly well, except that energy retention in a straight line is absolutely fantastic in the horizontal below 3000 meters. Brilliant. That's also where the plane is best, and it can function very well up until 5000 meters. You can even go above 5000 meters a little bit, but don't expect excellent performance anymore from the plane there. Come on. Yes, there we go. Take off the right wing. That is nice. Now we've had another 109 left. He seems to be in a bit of trouble as he crashes himself. Now that we would also register as our kill in reality. We would go, yeah, two planes got shot down that and that day and that place, and yeah man, that's my kill. So no problems there. But of course War Thunder doesn't give that away. I think maybe they should implement something like put the crashes on the nearest plane's name. Maybe that would be a good solution for these wasted Golden Eagles and Silver Lions. And I can use them very well because we got a lot of new planes. Got to buy them all with Silver Lions. And I ran out. I could not buy my crew for the LA 200 yet. 790 for the first upgrade, and expert is not mine yet on that plane, and I have to save for that, so I'm flying some other planes first. Let's see, here comes another 109 as we got into the AB match. Maybe we hit him with a 12.7mm machine gun there, as we only got a hit. He is leaking some oil though, it seems like, as we go and we try to get the lead on this guy. Now the Yaks and the Yak-3 is no exception to that. Feel real steady platforms for your guns. You feel, I at least personally feel very comfortable in Yaks. They do exactly what you tell the controls, and there is no strange things feelable on the plane. There is no weird wobbles, there is no weird behavior when it's slow. You stay in complete control of the plane when it's fast and when it's slow, and I really like that about this plane. This plane is a very good plane for beginners to start in. For example, realistic, if you want to make the jump from AB to RB, or if you enjoy AB still and you also want to familiarize yourself with RB, then this plane is an excellent plane, and I would say the Yak line is a very good place to start, as they are very good jack of all trades and they are very forgiving for mistakes you make. Now this premium, of course, the French line already had the Yak-9T added to the line, and that is also a fantastic plane with a 37mm gun. A little bit more difficult to shoot things down with that, although it works fine of course. But this plane might be a little better for people who have trouble aiming with 37mm. 20mm always have a bit better spread and more chance to hit the target that way. But all in all, man, this plane really is magnificent. And if you're still working on your French 3 and you're looking for a mid-tier plane to grab to grind out up until your tier 4, then I would say go for it, get this plane and use it for that exact purpose, because it is a very good plane, it generates good reward, and it is fantastic in its performance overall. Now this was a little bit of a slow match, as I in the beginning of the match had to push down 3 people at the same time. And when that was done, we could finally get into shooting planes up, and but by then the tickets had already dropped to about halfway through. But it took quite a while before this match ended, and that was fun. I had a few matches before that were quite fast. We just do not manage to get guns on that Spitfire there, unfortunately, but we do continue to the Ju-87 here, who is dropping his bombs on that base, and we're trying to get the lead right here as we do get that kill. Very nice. Tickets all of a sudden slowly started to drop, and we had to get busy to get one more kill if we wanted to before the end of the match. We did not manage to do that, but we do shoot that guy. Doesn't count, of course, but that would have been our 8th kill. Let's see what kind of rewards we got for that performance. This is the RB screen for our ace. We've got a St. Patrick's Day decal, we've got Final Blow, Survivor, Last Man Standing, and Terror of the Sky, 155 Silver Lions, and 8,000 research points. I'll see you in the conclusion. Hey guys, so here we are after the match. Now, if it was not already clear enough, I would definitely recommend you to get this plane. This is a plane that gives you very good rewards at a acceptable battle rating, with very good performance overall. Jack of all trades, can do everything to a decent to good degree, and that makes this plane very forgiving. You can make an error or two in this plane and it will not let you down. It will give you the opportunity to reset and get your feedback into the match. Now, in that sense, you gotta love your Jack of all trades. These things are very nice to both beginning pilots and veteran pilots, because as a veteran pilot, I like these kind of planes because of the ability you have in this plane to interchange between roles very smoothly. And as a beginner, I would say you'll love this plane because it feels very much comfortable. It listens exactly to what you do, and your mistakes will not be punished too badly. So all in all, I would say go for this plane. You can buy it without a doubt. It is 1600 Golden Eagles. And that is a fair price, I would say. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video, do leave me a comment, and if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel.